Welcome to your Sunday Reset, our weekly rituals of reflection and preparation. This is your time to slow down, process what you learn, and step into the new week with clarity and confidence. Welcome to From Corporate to CEO, hosted by the Power Move Collective. I'm your host, Nandy B, and this is your daily podcast that proves that you don't have to resign in order to rise. Here, ambitious women like yourself learn how to leverage your paycheck, your skills, and your corporate career to launch and grow your own business. And in just 10 minutes every day, I'll share power moves that will turn your 9-to-5 into your greatest investor. Make sure, however, that you hit subscribe so that you never miss an episode. With that said, let's get on with today's episode. This week, our theme was moving from idea overload to CEO clarity, and the process was about taking all of your many ideas, learning how to score these ideas using the 4 CEO filters: passion, skills, demand, and profitability. We then started breaking down each filter day by day. You learned that alone, passion won't pay your bills. We then talked about how to validate your ideas because CEOs don't assume, they validate. We also learned how to run the profitability filter because numbers don't lie, my darling. And then you took all of these ideas and you circled your top 3 business ideas. Along the way, you also learned the importance of saying no early to protect your focus. And today, we are taking a pause with the Sunday Reset. We are going to reflect on what this week has taught us and then use everything that we learn and let that carry us into the next week. So, my darling, this is where I bring out the journal, one of the minis that I have. Let's quietly start thinking through which one of these ideas surprised you. So which one scored high? Which one scored low? Was that a surprise to you? Were you expecting the numbers to be different, or were the numbers exactly as you had expected them to be? So note all of these reflections down. And then I also want you to reflect on which ideas did you have to park. And also, I know parking ideas is hard, right? We talked about that. So now write down, how did that make you feel? This is important in you letting go of those ideas. So the reflections here really matters. So now let's reflect on the top 3 ideas that came out of this week. Do those ideas feel aligned to your skill set, to your lifestyle, and to your vision? Remember how we talked about the importance of you really making sure that whatever top 3 business ideas you have, yes, they do need to meet those 4 filters, but they also need to match your lifestyle. If you are a mom of 3 kids who's active in the community, you may not have all the time in the world to devote to a business idea. You may only have 3 hours. And does that business idea align with your lifestyle? However, if you're a single woman and all you have is your full-time job, even if you have activities in your community, you still have a little bit more time to invest on your business. The next thing that I want you to do is to write down your top 1 idea. So out of all these 3 ideas, right, your top 3 ideas, which one excites you the most? And which one are you going to start exploring first? Because we have to take action here, right? We have to get started. And we can't start with all 3. We're going to start with one impactful idea. Which one out of these top 3 are you going to start exploring? So with all of these reflections written down in your notebook, I know what it's like to be an ideation person and to struggle to let go of ideas. So this is where we are just going to have a heart-to-heart. We are going to have a mindset conversation. This is where I hold your hand and I tell you and I repeat the things that I've been repeating this whole week. Remember, narrowing down ideas isn't a loss. It's your power move. Every no you've made this week wasn't a rejection. It was strategy. Every time you parked an idea, you freed up energy, you freed up time and focus for the ones that matter most. So really think about it. CEOs aren't successful because they chase every idea, because they are chasing every opportunity. They are successful because they know how to prioritize. They put their resources behind what will create the biggest impact. And they have the discipline to let go of the rest. That is exactly what you did this week. You stepped out of that employee mindset that I've been talking to you guys about, where as an employee, your goal is to be everything to everybody, to do everything and to please everyone. And now you are stepping into your CEO mindset. This is where your goal is to direct your resources with clarity and intention. Here, your no isn't a weakness. It's actually a tool. And every no you've made this week created the space for your most powerful yes. So here is your action plan for today. Let's flip through that journal, a clean page, and I want you to write at the very top of that page, my CEO focus list. This isn't just a list of random ideas. This is your CEO strategy in motion. Those top 3 business ideas, you are going to write them down on this list, and you are going to put a big box around your top idea. And write down the top 3 things that excites you and the next 3 things you are going to do. Put it somewhere visible, whether that's on your desk, your bathroom mirror, or your phone. Usually on your phone home screen, take a picture, put it on there. Use this as your anchor. Every time a new shining idea pops up, remind yourself that you have already chosen your top 3 and you have your top 1, and you let this list protect your focus as you move into week 3. Because, my darling, we are going to take you from this great idea into a business plan, into a business that actually makes money. Thank you so much for joining me today on From Corporate to CEO. If you loved what you heard today, please subscribe to the show and visit us at powermovecollective.com. And if you are ready to start taking action, here are 2 great options. You can download our free Safe Start Blueprint. It's on our website and the link is also in the description below. However, if you, my darling, are ready to take action and say goodbye to corporate America for good, join us in the Business Plan Mastermind that is kicking off on January 12th, 2026.